one of the animals you're going to have to deal with sooner or later when you deal with ASP and ASP.NET and so forth is Microsoft's Internet Information Server. This is Microsoft's web server product. Now let's start off again with a real simple diagram. A user is anybody out there who has a web browser, be it Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, or any of the other ones that are out there. And they make a request. They type something into the URL bar up there, the address bar. They type www.microsoft.com. That gets passed out over the Internet over TCP port 80. That's part of the TCP/IP protocol. But it goes over port 80, and it finds its location using DNS, and it finds that web server, and the web server's job is to look at the request, find the file, and return the file to the user, again using TCP port 80, back to the user's browser and render the results there. So that's what we're trying to do. That's the basis on any web server product, no matter who it is. Now, Microsoft's web server, again, is Internet Information Server. Now, I want to give you just a little quick history and some ideas about Microsoft's web server. The current version is Internet Information Server, or IIS 5.0. Now, when you load Windows 2000 server products, you automatically have loaded Internet Information Server. Now, as information, as at the time that these videos are being produced, Microsoft is in beta versions of Windows Server 2003. Now, in 2003, IIS will not load automatically. You'll usually have to load that as a separate step. This is part of Microsoft's new security initiatives. Windows XP, Windows NT, these things treat IIS a little bit differently. You may have, if you load IIS on like a workstation product or any kind of client system, you will get personal web services if you try to load IIS. And it's a stripped-down version of IIS. It is a web server, but it doesn't handle as many connections and so forth. It doesn't have quite as many bells and whistles. On NT server, NT 4.0, you will have IIS 4.0. And it's a fully functioning web server. And also, I want you to know, and I'm going to show you how to get to IIS in just a minute and how it looks. But I want you to be aware also of some of the competing technologies out there. Unix-based web server that's extremely popular, as a matter of fact, it's the most popular web server in the world, is Apache. Now, it's popular for a couple of reasons, and I'm not trying to knock it here. I want to be honest with you. It is an excellent, excellent web server. But one thing that's helped it become the world's number one is it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. Now, Microsoft's web server comes packaged in their operating systems, Windows 2000, Windows NT, but of course you have to pay a pretty hefty price for those, so technically it's not free. So the Unix-based Apache is an excellent web server. I don't want to take anything away from it. But that's one of the things, and there's others out there that you'll hear about from time to time, but they're all doing the same thing. Taking requests over port 80, sending those requests back to the clients over port 80. Now I want to show you how to get to IIS so that you'll know how to get out there and actually manage your Internet Information Server. First thing we're going to do is go to Start, Programs, and then we'll go up to Administrative Tools. Now, if you don't have administrative tools, don't panic. Just watch me here, and in the next video, I'm going to show you how to get to this, even if you don't have administrative tools up here on your menu screen. So, notice in my administration tools, I'm going to go to Internet Services Manager. And when I get there, I'm going to click. And this is going to open, notice, my Internet Information Services window. And I'm going to make this full screen so we can see. Now notice the name of my particular computer is Leesburg LT. And I have some listings here. My default website, administration website, SMTP virtual server, and NNTP virtual server. Let's take a quick look at the default website. If I expand that, all of these are web applications. And these are where some web files live. And I'll look at one example here. For example, Mark's example. If I expand this, if I click on it, you'll notice these are some pages out here in a website. I do want to show you that if I right-click on the default website, I see some flyouts. We'll look at these in a few minutes, but notice I can stop and start this particular web server, and I can do a few other things. I'm going to look at those in the next video. But I want you to see how to get to this, because a lot of times in a lot of books and things you read, they talk about IIS, or they complain about IIS, or they mention some feature of IIS. They never actually show you how to get out there and manipulate the thing. So that's how you do it. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use this management tool to do a lot of other things as well. And so I'll see you there.